Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a confidence interval from a data set in StatCrunch. So in StatCrunch, from your home screen, if you go to Explore and then pick Data, we're going to navigate to the data set that we're going to use for these problems. And if you search for superheroes, one data set should come up, and that's the one that we want to use for these problems. So as an example, I'm going to pick the variable gender, and I'm going to compute the proportion of superheroes in this data set that are female, and then I'm going to do that with a confidence interval. So I'm going to go to the Stat tab. I'm going to pick Proportion Stat since I'm trying to compute a proportion. One sample because I just have one variable. I just want to compute one proportion from it with data because I have the whole data set. The variable that I'm trying to compute a proportion for is gender, so that's what I select here. And then for success, I have to put the value of that variable for which I want to compute the proportion. So here it's female because I want to compute the proportion of superheroes whose gender is female. Then down below, I need to choose a confidence interval because I want to compute a confidence interval. I'm going to leave the level at 0.95 for 95% confidence, and I want the method to stay standard. All I have to do is click compute, and StatCrunch has done all the work for me. It's taken the variable gender, found out that there are 200 females out of 734 total observations. So the sample proportion is 0.272, the standard error is 0.0164, and the confidence interval goes from 0.24 to 0.30. Now, if this was a homework problem, I would need to save these results somehow so that I could print them out and present them as part of my homework. So there are a couple different ways to do this. One is to just take a screenshot of the screen or take a photo of your screen and then put those pictures into a file. Another option is to go to options here in the results and ask to download the results, and it'll ask you to give a file name for the HTML file. I'm going to call it gender superheroes. Okay, that'll be saved to my computer. And if I take a look at it, it's just a very simple HTML file that's got the tables in it. Again, you could either copy and paste this into another file, print it out all by itself, or do a screenshot here. But anyway, you need to show this information so that I know that you did carry out the calculations in StatCrunch. And what else? We could do a little bit of interpretation of this interval too. So our confidence interval was from 0.24 to 0.30. That suggests to me that relatively few superheroes seem to be female compared to the proportion of the population. If we look at the World Bank estimates of the proportion female in the world population, it's about 49.5%. So we would expect it to be much closer to 50% female if there was equal gender representation among the superheroes. Too bad.